This is a love reading for Libra. All right. So keep in mind while you're watching this reading, I will try to tell you if it's masculine or feminine or if there's a man or woman on the card. In tarot and oracle, it's usually not necessarily has to be a man or a woman. So we usually typically speak in masculine or feminine energy. I'll try to do that. But as you're listening to it, if you feel like I'm saying you, talking to you, but it's reversed, you can reverse the roles. However it fits for you, because this is a collective. It's going out to a lot of people. Now, if you want a personal, I do those. My personals right now are only $30 for like an hour, so great value. If you want one, you can get it on my website, www.bossasswitch1111.com. Okay, let's get started. We're using this deck here. It's an archetype deck. I am noticing one card here faces down, which usually lets me know there might be a block or resistance. Maybe something you don't see coming, but it's usually about a block or resistance. These two cards are talking about somebody being a student, and we have the diamond in the rough. So again, I don't know, this is a love reading, so I don't know if this is you or your person. We'll just say, we'll call it your person. Somebody that could still be past, present, or future. Somebody that you either know already, could be somebody you don't know yet. This could be a feminine energy because there's a woman on both cards, but it does not have to be. But somebody here maybe starts off needing a little polishing, a diamond in the rough. A student needing to learn some lessons here. And then this card is face down, the rusher, and the skeptic. So there could be somebody who's trying to rush the relationship, or somebody else is skeptic. So there might be a feminine energy that's skeptical, and that's blocking the person that's rushing the situation. So in a love situation, again, I don't know at this point if this is past, present, or future. Let me find out. When did this happen? This person who's a diamond in a rough, and then one masculine energy trying to rush a situation, but the skeptic putting a block, a hold, or resisting the rushing energy. Probably also the feminine energy who needs to do a little work on themselves. They're a diamond in the rough. They're a student. Was that past, present, or future, this energy? Or all of the above? Future? Now, I don't know if you've met the person in question and this is the energy that's going to happen in the future. And if this is future, why are you getting the reading? We have the just a friend on the bottom. Okay, so they could be, well, why would you be getting this reading? They could be trying to let you know, get ready for a situation where you're going to meet somebody. And the feminine energy, like I said, you can switch the roles if you feel like that's necessary. But I feel like there's a feminine energy who has some things to learn, who has some polishing to do to herself, that has great potential to be a great partner, but has a lot of work to do in the beginning. So one person's going to want to just be friends. That's probably the feminine energy because the masculine's rushing, but you can flip it where it fits. The feminine energy has a lot of learning to do in important love lessons. So if that's you, I guess know that in the future you're going to meet somebody who's a rusher and you're going to be skeptical. You're going to want this person, if you're the feminine energy, to be just a friend. You've got some work to do on yourself, maybe not be so skeptical. The rusher card says, often rushes into relationships, has a hard time being single, eager to feel a sense of connection. So one person is going to want to be in a relationship. The other person's going to be skeptical. Has a cynical attitude about love, overly critical in relationships, hesitant about taking risks. So I'm assuming that's the person that's going to want to keep it just friends. Prefer to be friends first, prefers to establish a solid foundation to keep this romance lasting. So kind of feel like this is the feminine over here, but again, sometimes the feminine energy is the one who is the chaser, the clinger. So it could be the feminine that's trying to chase and the masculine that wants to keep things slow paced, but has a lot to learn. So you can place that where it fits, like I said. Okay, let's keep going. Tell me about the student. Tell me about the student. The feminine, potentially feminine energy, the skeptical student who doesn't want to rush things. We have this card coming face down, walking away, waste of time. Is that going to be the feminine? Let's see. In order to evolve, sometimes you have to leave what you've outgrown. Waste of time. So at this point, I don't know who the viewer is going to be. Are you the feminine? Or are you the masculine? Are you the rusher or are you the skeptic? Spirit is suggesting walking away came face down, but we have waste of time. So I feel like the lesson here is one of those situations where whichever party you are, there are lessons to learn. So I feel like a lot of times the readings that I do seem to be suggesting boundaries, and if that doesn't work, walking away. Not to say that you won't end up with this person. But if you're feeling like you're going through a cycle here, whether you're the person that's skeptical and this other person is codependent and a rusher, it might mean that to break this cycle, you have to walk away. Like I said, walking away was face down, which means it could be creating a block, resistance, or somebody is resistant to what's on the card, something you don't see coming. With waste of time and walking away, I feel like the suggestion is staying in the relationship and hoping it will change is a waste of time. You would need to walk away to get there to be change, either for yourself, because this person doesn't do the work and isn't ready to change, or to get them to change. Either way, if you feel like you're in a situation, at this point, I don't know who you are. Are you the one that is skeptical, that wants to take things slow, that has some work to do in love, or are you the codependent? I think both parties would have work to do, but this probably is a bit of a runner-chaser dynamic. Only in this reading, we have a man or masculine energy on the rusher card, which would kind of be more of a chaser energy, which is usually the feminine at first anyway. It could be that you were the feminine and you've done a lot of work, and now the masculine's kind of waking up to that, and now they're feeling like rushing in and clinging because they feel like they're losing you. So at this point, I don't know who you are, the masculine or the feminine. Let me know in the comment section, first of all, if you think that this is your situation, and if it made it on your feed for a reason, which usually they do, usually it's spirit putting it there, but I like to know for sure to make sure that it gets to the right people. Let me know if this seems like something you're already dealing with. It does say future, so you might not even know that. This might be a heads up that this is going to be your story. Get ready for it. It could be that you've met them and this is where it's headed, and they're just wanting to get ahead of the situation and let you know how it's going to play out and what you're going to have to do. Why? Because it's part of lessons. There might be some things you have to work on before you're ready, or they're ready. So again, I don't know who you are, masculine or feminine, skeptical, want to take things slow, want to keep things at friends, or the rusher. Again, let me know in the comment section if this resonates and who you are in this situation. But I think the message is, either way, it seems like you're both not ready. Because one wants to be codependent and rush things. The other one is actually the opposite. The other end of the scale. Too skeptical, still has things to learn. And so I feel like either way, no matter which one you are, some time apart is going to be needed. And again, walking away came face down. So it could be something you don't see coming, or somebody resisting walking away, even though there's passion there. Her dress is red, there's passion. But I feel like to stick around, here's the message. Here's the main message for this part of the reading. Now, I do a bonus extended for my VIP Patreon members. So after we finish this reading, you want to get some extra details. If you think this is for you and you want to know more, make sure to watch the bonus extended. It's only $5.55, and that's not just for this one reading. The way Patreon works, you sign up, you can cancel at any time, but it is for a month's worth of access. So not just this one reading, my past readings, any readings that I do going forward, as long as you're a member. So I would definitely do that, because we get a lot of extra details. We're going to get maybe what is your person thinking or feeling, maybe some song cards. It's really romantic, sometimes even sexy. So definitely get into that. Sometimes I use my sexy decks. We'll see. We get lots of extra information, okay? But for right now, what I can tell you is, if this does resonate with you, or in the future, if it starts to, it might be one of those situations where, to get something to change for yourself or with this person, you might have to walk away. So at this point, it could be that's the message for either the masculine or the feminine, because you're both on different sides of the scale. One's too needy and wants to rush things, and the other one's too skeptical. But both parties have wounds that need to be healed so that they can balance out within themselves, so that the relationship can be balanced out. So at this point, they're not really, well, we're not getting into what's going to happen. We'll get into that in the bonus extended. So if this does seem like your situation so far, it will go on into the future if you don't put a stop to it, if you don't walk away. It will be a waste of time to sit here and stay in this situation the way it is. Nothing's going to change unless you change it. It's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? So this is like going to be the advice, no matter which party you are. Especially if you feel like now or in the future, you've dealt with it for long enough, nothing's changing, you're seeing nothing's changing, and it's just, you're feeling like, is this a waste of time? Yeah, well, I'm not saying that in the future, after you walk away, that particular person won't change their ways, and both of you will grow and be able to come back together. It could be one of those situations where you're not really even supposed to know, but for the moment, you're supposed to make the choice that's best for you, which I think in this case will be walking away in something you just don't see coming, or it could be something you're resisting wanting to do. Maybe you're already dealing with the situation, and in the future, that's how you're going to make a change for yourself. Because again, it's going to be probably a toxic situation. And for growth for both of you, space would be needed. Now, use your discernment. If you're in a relationship that's healthy and everything's fine, or maybe you have a few disagreements, this probably isn't for you. This reading would be a confirmation, or should be a confirmation of what you already know. Now, if it's in the future and you're not dealing with this yet, you'll remember this reading. You might see other messages that kind of have this same feel to it, the same message coming out. And that's when you know it's from spirit, if it's not just one message. And also keep in mind that these messages show up on your feed based on what you're manifesting now. If you change your mind, it's a whole different situation in the future, then you let go of the message and you move forward. But for now, it seems like you're on a path where either you know this person and this is going to go on into the future, or again, maybe you're not aware just yet and you're going to look back on it and you're going to remember this. But it will be like this message of, in order to really change the situation, you need to walk away. What I cannot tell you at this point in the reading, is there supposed to be a change with this person because you walk away? Either way, it's just a waste of time, because either you need to walk away to get them to change, or you need to walk away to find somebody else that's not going to be like that. Okay, so either way, this is the answer today, given this energy. That's one of the things we'll ask in the bonus extended is try to figure out where this situation is going, to see if it's one of those situations where, you know, you guys take some time apart and then you both get yourselves together. Now that time apart could be a very long time. It's not always quick. And, you know, do you end up back with this person, or is it somebody brand new? We'll ask some, what is this person thinking or feeling, to get an idea of why are they, if you're the rusher, why is somebody skeptical? Why do they want to be in the friend zone, or vice versa? So we're going to get a lot more juicy details in the bonus extended. So meet me there now. Of course, even better, a personal reading gets you details that are definitely tailored to you. This is still a collective, this and the bonus extended. So if you want a personal reading, I do video readings. I also do readings on my live, but I don't have a consistent schedule on when I'm live. So video readings are awesome to get from me. They're just as accurate as being on a live with me, because Spirit knows who you are, knows what you're thinking, knows what needs to be said to you. So a video reading is great because I record it just like I would here, with you in mind, your question. If it's a $30 reading, you get one question or topic. I do have a 2-hour reading where you can have 2 questions or topics. But Spirit knows exactly what needs to be said to you. I video record it just like I would record it right here, upload it to YouTube as private, and send you the link within a day or two. So pretty quick turnaround. And because you have that video link, now you can kind of watch that video when it's good for you. You know, I create it when it's good for me. I send it to you. You get to rewind it, go over it. Some people like it because they can rewind, take notes, whatever. You have access to that link for a while, so you can kind of rewatch it when you want to, things like that. So I love the video readings, but I'm going to get into the bonus extended right now. And because this is a love reading, I will recommend rose quartz for help with this. If you don't already have a rose quartz stone, I do have a great supplier in mind. I have people ask me all the time, like, do you know somebody that sells crystals that is reliable? And I found this supplier on eBay. They've been in business for 19 years. They have over like 270,000 positive reviews. I'm pretty certain they are reliable. They have great reviews and obviously authentic crystals. So I'm going to put a link in the description box to some rose quartz that they sell on there. Go check it out. Check out their shop. If you do happen to buy through that link, I get a small affiliate commission. So I will put that all down in the description box. And I will also have the link to the bonus extended down in the description box and my website if you want to get a personal. I'll see you in the bonus extended, where we're going to get a lot more juicy details.